This is Hardy Brute, and today I'm going to be playing Unbound Eternity. It's a roguelike with a very unique battle system. So let's get started. We can play as the Slime King, the Demon Beast, which we have to unlock, and a third character that's not available in the demo. So let's get it started. We start with 100 life. We do not heal fight to fight. We have 8 fights, and then we fight the boss. So this is the battle system. It's grid-based. Each one of these is kind of a separate entity. But we have up, down, left, right arrows, and they have special effects. So the green multiplies poison by 2, the down arrow gives +2, or the up arrow gives ×2. So I'm going to combine all the skills we can. And I'm going to overlay them up and down, because up and down seems to be the strongest. Even the poison is double up and down. But the way the grid system works is it will roll a random one of these 7 tiles, and each time there's a blank spot, it changes into a simple 1 poison. So I'm kind of cheesing it a bit, just because I know this character has a lot of up and down synergy. But as you can see from the Demon Queen, she seems to have more left and right. So we're really banking into rolling up and down. Each round of the fight, you get to roll one of these 3 directions randomly. And instead of having a bunch of weaker, 2 damage, 4 shield, combining the skills, upgrading them, getting a big burst off is going to be huge. So let's try the triple fight. The number of skulls is how many monsters you fight. After each individual fight, you get rewards, so even if you're fighting 3 monsters back to back, it's really not any harder than fighting 1 monster or 2 monsters at a time. So as you can see with this tile, we only have the armor, and the rest of them were blanks. We also luckily rolled a bunch of up arrows and down arrows. So we doubled the poison. We can multiply the shield, multiplying the benefit, but not the negative, which is pretty cool. Shield lasts between rounds, so shield's actually really strong. And then we'll get the regen, so we'll regen back the life we lost. Both the poison and the regen lose stacks round from round, but it's just constant damage. So we didn't achieve a lot last round, but we did get the shield, and we're going to block this entire hit this turn. There's a preview in the corner, so you can actually plan your tiles ahead. And the green arrows we get are only going to multiply the green poison we have, not necessarily the green tiles we have, which is a pretty big distinction. Our down arrow is going to do 14 damage. When you reach the bottom of the stack of the grid, you don't get a preview for the next one. So sometimes you just have to throw away a tile, or keep the up and down ones, like in our case, to just sort of plan ahead for that tile. You don't know what's going to be next. But he might die this round. You get poison damage first before their action. We're going to get up to 9 poison. So he's definitely dying next round, but we didn't kill him this time. We are the Slime King, so our focus is on regen, on poison, on healing ourselves. So let's see what we get in the pack. 7 poison damage, that's pretty huge. The up arrows also indicates that we could upgrade some of our old skills. Yeah, 7 is huge. The biggest one we had before was 3. And with both the up arrows ×2, which is a generic ×2, and the green arrow, multiplies it by 2 as well. So we could do 14 poison damage. And then we just need to survive. So we got regen coming up. As you can see, we didn't heal from the last fight. And you don't heal from the conclusion of all fights either. So let's use our special attack. It activates all of our tiles. So it basically gives us a new tile. It uses all the benefits, and it slowly charges after each turn. So we lost 6 health, but we ended up blocking 8 damage for free, and did a bunch of damage to her. She's actually going to poison us. That's interesting. Poison is a really strong mechanic because it bypasses armor. So it's going to be direct damage. So even though we have 28 armor, it still hurts us. Hopefully we can kill her this round. We need 1 more poison and we're done. So she takes poison at the end step, but we don't take our poison at the end step. So let's see what's in the pack. We got +7 armor is probably the strongest in this. I'm not a big fan of the lose life, get a benefit mechanic. Especially when we don't have a ton of healing. The only thing we have right now is 2 regen, which is basically 3 heal, because it goes from 2, goes to 1, and then it's gone. He's going to do 14 damage to us. We have shield on the next one for 7. Let's do the poison. Let's get the shield. I'll do a little more poison. So we blocked half the damage. We did a little bit of damage. Do 14 poison. That's really strong. And our next two choices are actually pretty bad. It's just going to be do 4 damage and do a little bit of poison. We're going to get hit here again for quite a bit, but we might be able to kill him next time. We now have a bleed stack, so every time we take an action, we're going to take damage. That is not good. We can't see what our next grid is going to be, so it's a 50-50 chance. Ooh, if we'd gone the other way, we could have poisoned him, we could have killed him. But we're not actually going to take any more damage right now. Now he is dead, I don't want to take an action and take even more bleed damage. So we're down to 35 life now. We got 10 shield and 3 poison, that's really strong. That's kind of what we've been lacking too. We need a good source of damage and defense. It would also be really nice to get a little bit more regen or just flat out heal. But as long as each grid sort of has at least a decent or upgraded armor, we should be able to prevent a lot of damage. It'll always give us a choice to make defense. So the random event we got was a shop. We have 650 souls to spend, and most of the stuff in the shop is pretty reasonable. Let's get the pack for 200. And we found a 16 damage tile, wow. That's the strongest tile we've found so far. So let's put it at the bottom. I'd like to fill out our grid with at least 7s up and down, and then start going left and right. We still have a number of blank spots though. None of these really help us. There's a heal for 2, but let's re-roll. We got regen for 2, and a poison for 3. All of these can be upgraded though. Regen for 2 is kind of weak, but then it upgrades to regen 4. So it becomes 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, so it's actually a heal of 10 if it lasts the entire round. We can upgrade our other poison, or we can just keep it for a higher chance of more poison consistently, which is what I think we're going to do. We're out of money, so let's leave the shop, and let's move on to another fight. The fights don't reset, they don't change, so it doesn't really matter what order you do them in. We still only have 35 life, and she is the fire witch. She's going to do a lot of burn. Burning works similarly to poison, except it loses its stacks by half each round, and I do believe it can be blocked by armor. So this tile kind of sucks. I might use the special attack, just to get rid of it. We don't have a down arrow for the regen. It's pretty sad. We need 6 poison. Can lose the life to block the fire. That sounds like a good idea. It's gonna save us more life in the long run. So our shield blocked the flames, and it did go down by half. And she's doing even more flames. Ooh, we got a big poison. 28 poison? She's now dead. So this is a 2-part fight? Is our flame going to reset? So we found 7 more poison. That's pretty big. It can also be upgraded, but I think I'm just going to keep it. I am going to upgrade our 3-3 though. It becomes a 5, so it's not twice as good, but it'll be a lot more consistent. So we've got 2 7s and a 5 for poison, and a lot of those can be doubled. And we did lose the fire stacks, cool. So right now he's going to increase his armor stacks by +1, and he's going to reduce all of our abilities by -1. That's what the ghost is. We could do 12 flat damage. And then we got a left and a right, which is just going to be poison. Poison 1, poison 2. It's a good thing he's not doing any damage this round. Now he's doing thorn damage. And thorns don't affect poison. So he's really bad against us. In general. And now he's just getting shield, which goes through poison too. So add a little bit more poison. Get the shield. And I don't want to lose a life, so I'm just going to end the turn. And then I'm going to end the turn again. And he's going to poison us back, but it's too late, he's already dead. So we actually lost 3 health that fight. We started at 35, now we're at 32. Ooh, there's a big 5 heal. And that is going to save us. Especially if we put it in an upward slot, where it can become ×2, so it can become 10 heal. We can start getting back some of that health that we lost in those first few fights. And we have quite a bit of fights, at least 7, before we fight the boss. And 2 ways to heal now. A mystery event. Bend the Whispering Trees. Success. A free tile pack, okay. Another +5 heal. Let's go. So I could upgrade it, but I think until we're at least at half health, or in the 70s, I would rather have a lot of healing done, a lot more chances to heal, than anything else. Because we're at about 1/3 of our health. And if we fight that bleed guy again and get really unlucky, we could take a lot of damage. So we're fighting the Burn Witch again. Could use our special attack. There's no negative here. But then we lose out on the double healing. I'm going to use the double healing and then use our special attack, although we can't use the regen in our next one. But this is still a lot of free damage. And then it's just a generic +1/+1 poison. We're actually going to take a decent amount of damage here. We're back down to 33, all the life we got. So let's get the double shield, the ×20. And it's going to be a generic poison again, but we can at least block this burn and the next burn. Poison, poison. She only has 2 more rounds to live, but we might be able to kill her if we get lucky. She's also doing quite a bit of damage. So let's do the generic poison, the left-right. We have shield or shield. That's not good. She's going to die. +13. I think we're going to block most of the damage. 28. Ooh, and then we take the burn. Now we're down to 12. She is dead, though. And we have no up arrow. So we can't even use the heal that's coming up, that's sad. But we did kill her. And we have the potential to heal quite a bit now. I'll lose 6 life, lose the game. 12 shield, that could be good. Get the shield, we can replace it with the 4 damage. That doesn't really help us at all. So now we have up and down choices for most grids. She's doing 1 × 8 damage. Hopefully we get just 1 armor. There's a shield coming up, a 7 shield. That should be enough. Do 14, get the armor. And then do 1 poison. Oh, so we are taking 1 damage from this. Hopefully we can fight the Thorn guy again and heal up a bunch. She's gonna poison us. There's a double heal coming up. So we can turn the +5 into a +10. Ooh, and we got another heal. So we healed 15 there. And we still have our special in case we need it. We got only left and right arrows. That is not good. I think I'm going to use my special here. Get the shield, get the attack. And we can rotate through left and right. So now we can do a 4 damage, which is better than poison probably. And more poison. So we're taking a bit of damage here. Oh, round from round, we haven't actually been able to heal. So we're kind of in the danger death zone. We one-shot her there, and we'll get a card now. Let's see what's in the pack. +4, +3, +2. These are all pretty bad. But they can be upgraded, so let's get the shield upgrade. The +4, it's going to turn to a +7. And let's move the tile to a grid that doesn't have shield. So now every tile has the chance to give us some defense. We got another shop. We don't have a ton of currency though. We can at least buy a pack. All the items in the shop kind of suck. The shield plus the poison is better. It's just 3 defense. When usually it would just be a single poison. That's better than nothing. What's in the pack? 5 poison, okay. Well, that is the best choice. We could upgrade to have a 7, which I think I'm going to do. We're almost running out of space for the really good cards. We've got 5 more fights and 5 more little skulls to fight. These skulls is actually the currency used to unlock the second hero, and you need 150. So that is a ways away. This is the Thorn guy. This could be really good. We could heal quite a bit here, if we get lucky. Let's do the 2 poison. Let's give him the double poison. 14 poison, and then let's get the shield. And we're set up for healing next turn if we get some up arrows. Nice, so we're going to heal 5. I don't want to take thorn damage. So we go right and left, a little more poison. So he's going to die in 2 turns. We got regen at the bottom. With a +2 regen. So +6, so we're going to heal at least 6. Our heals are finally paying off. We started this fight with 19 health, we're up to 30. He is dead, but I'm actually going to rotate to the next grid. We've got a ×2 tile, and we're going to heal 10 more. So we healed 21 this fight. That is pretty awesome. I feel a lot more safe now. One reward. These are all terrible. I think I'm going to just take the 4 damage for the upgrade. Because it's going to upgrade it to 7, I believe. So that'll be a lot more consistent damage. We still have the +2 defense, the +2 attack, and those kind of suck a lot. But we're slowly filling up all of our spaces. And so far it seems like there's 3 or 4 main types of bad guys that you fight. This is a demo after all. But they're also highly unique. The Thorn guy, the Fire Witch, the multi-attacker. So let's use our special. We're going to take a bit of damage here, but we're going to block the burn damage. Get even more shield. We do need a bit more shield. So this is going to fully block the flames. 18 damage flat, 12 damage flat. She should die next turn. We're also going to get a heal next turn, hopefully. Ooh, we're going left and right. That's not good. We can do 7 damage, but she already has shield. We need a bit more poison. We're not going to be able to kill her this time, and we're going to take a lot of damage. This sucks. So we healed up to 40, and then we're going to go back to 12. And now she is definitely dead, but we lost everything we gained. The Fire Witch has a high potential for damage. So let's get a pack. So we get a flat 2 heal, which is probably a waste of a turn. 7 flat damage, which is quite a bit. But I think I'm going to take the defense. So we upgraded it, now we do 5 defense and 2 poison. Because that was what we were lacking in that fight, just a bit more armor. I think our damage, and especially our poison, is really strong. A special event, and this looks kind of like an elite. We only have 12 life though, so I'm going to go to the special event first. Rummage beneath the falling star. We get an artifact. I didn't know this game had artifacts. Looks like it's at the top over there. So we have the special slime ability, and now we start each fight with 25 shield. That is really strong. That should help ensure that we're actually healing fight to fight. Especially since armor doesn't go away round to round. That is a really strong relic. And we're fighting the bleed guy right away. So we can get a bit more shield, add some poison to him. We could give him double poison right now, but I think we're going to get the armor. And now I'm going to get the... regen, just because we're so low. And then get the heal. So we kind of wasted our turn, but we did heal a lot. Because remember, we started that fight at 12. It also seems like if you block the bleed attack, you don't get the bleed stacks, which is huge, because that was killing us last time. So we did a bit more poison, a bit more damage. We healed a bit more, now he's regenning himself. That's great. I don't really care about that, that's kind of a wasted turn for him. I'm going to use my special just to heal. And we're going left to right, so we got a poison 1 and a poison 1. So that'll negate his regen a bit. And now he's only doing 3 damage. Buddy, what happened? Where did all your gusto go? So we'll add even more poison, get some regen ourselves. And we still have 26 armor. We started with a 25. And now he's healing himself even more. Buddy. You really gotta do damage. We're the heal build. We're up to half health now. This was a great fight for us so far. We can get plus 14 armor. Losing life bypasses the shield, so I don't really want to lose life. I don't really want to backtrack. Add even more poison. He should die in about 4 turns. And we have quite a bit of armor, especially when he's only doing 10 damage. He's going to take 18, so he's going to take 8. Take another 12. And even more poison. So now he's dead this turn. But I think I'm going to try to cycle it. See if we can get one more heal off. We got one more chance. And we got regen, but that does not matter. So that was a perfect fight for us. And we got another artifact from that. Wow. Start each fight with 5 stacks of regeneration. Ooh. Add 1 more rune per turn in fights. That's actually really strong too. That's 1 more arrow. Or increase soul rewards. I think I'm going to play it safe and get the regeneration. We just got back to Half-Life. And I have no idea how strong the boss is. That extra rune could have been more heals too. It could have been the same thing. This guy's doing 14 damage, 7 times 2. He's got 90 health. I don't think we've seen this guy before. Let's cycle through this grid. We can use our single arrow on a little bit more shield, take some damage, and do the double poison. So he's taking 15 per turn. So now he's giving himself strength, and he's doing fire damage as well. We don't have an up arrow, so let's use our special attack so we can heal a bit more. He's up to 20 poison, wow. We have damage coming up, 16, and now it's 18. That is a lot of damage. And he's going to die in 2 turns. Now he's doing 9 times 2, but we still have enough defense. Just add to the poison, add to the damage. And he's dead, wow. He didn't give himself any defense, he was all attack. These are all pretty terrible. Although the 5 defense, 2 poison... it's a lot better than a blank slot. And losing life may not be so bad, now that we're healing so much. But I'd be a lot more confident picking that after we get back to full life. So our grades are looking pretty good. We're up to 430, another shop. This shop is terrible. Let's see what's in the pack. This pack is also pretty bad. I think I'm just going to skip the rewards. I don't want to deal with a 4 damage. We could upgrade our +2. I guess that's kind of worth it. But I'd rather just roll. These are also pretty bad, but the +7 defense, that's always a good thing. We can just slap it into our blank slot. And might as well upgrade the +2 to +4. Now we're really broke. Well, we got 3 more fights and then the boss. These are all single fights. Single fight against the witch. +5, we're up to 71. We got down to 12. She does a lot of damage, so let's get the defense. We can block her first 2 fire attacks, do a bit of damage, and give her double poison, 14. So she's going to die in 3 turns. And we're going to block most of her damage, 18. 2 damage, 1 damage. Oh, we're actually going to take a 9 damage here. But she is dead this turn no matter what. So we're at 65. We didn't really gain or lose anything that fight. I'm not a big fan of any of these. So I'm just going to take the souls. Another mystery event. These have all been great. Ooh, we failed that one. But we still got soul shards. So that doesn't seem like a failure to me. I don't know why you wouldn't do the events then if you're always going to heal. You're always going to get something. This guy's doing 24 damage. He's a knight. We also haven't fought this guy before. It could just be as you get closer to the boss, the enemies themselves get stronger. So we're going to fully block his attack, add a little bit of poison to him. Do the special attack. I would like to also use the 16, yeah. So he's half dead now. And he did no damage to us. Now he's trying to make us bleed. But we already have enough defense. It sucks for him. And a bit more poison. He's gonna die in 2 turns. And we can add 14 more poison. He is dead. He is donezo, man. The knight tried so hard. Ooh, what is this? Draw a new rune from your bag, but you lose 5 life for it. That's interesting. I like that quite a bit, but I'm not a big fan of losing life. 5 poison, let's just put it in any blank spot. And we're down to our last fight. Inhale the Whispering Wind, plus 400 soul shards. Nice, hopefully we get a shop after this fight. Right before the boss. 93 life, wow, she's doing 22 damage. So our artifact's gonna fully block it, but might as well get a little bit more armor, do some damage to her. We've only got 2 down arrows. 14 and 16, she took quite a bit there. And now she's gonna heal? Good luck with that. We've got no up arrows, but we got double downs. I was really hoping for some damage at the bottom, but we've got even more shield right now. And now she's gonna smack for 32. It's a good thing we got so much armor. Let's add some poison to her. Even more poison. And a lot more poison. 20 poison, nice. She's gonna die in 3 turns, and she's kind of wasting this turn. After having some big turns before, so she's dead now. They definitely seem to be scaling or getting harder. This is our last pack. These are all pretty bad. I think I'm just gonna get the upgrade though. Because I really don't know if there's gonna be any more shops. Ooh, there was a final shop, nice. So let's buy a pack. This pack is terrible. 30 defense is a lot. And taking 6 damage isn't terrible, but we can upgrade our +2. That's the best choice. Having too many skills that'll kill us really isn't a good idea. Can upgrade the poison. Put it in a better spot than a generic 1 poison. Get even more armor. Let's buy both of these actually. +7 and +3. And we're pretty set up for the boss now. The majority of our grid is filled out. So let's see what the boss does. It's a crying angel with only 75 health. That's pretty weak sauce. This fight could be a lot easier than I thought it would be. Let's just use our special attack so that it'll charge again. Add even more poison. More defense, and then even more poison. She's up to 26. She's gonna die in 2 turns. And we're gonna heal to full by the time she's dead. Hopefully. Yeah, we healed to full. Let's go. And this is just rude now. 44 poison damage. She got destroyed. Ooh, she transformed. I didn't see this coming. 6 times 6 damage? She's doing everything. Healing, regenerating, shielding. And she immediately gave us the nerf right off the bat, which only affects the generic things like shield and straight attack damage. It doesn't affect our poison, our healing, our regenerating at all. So that nerf really doesn't hurt us too much. She's doing 6 times 6 damage, wow. 36? It's a good thing we have 50 armor. We've got our special ready, and she's taking 20 poison now. And we fully blocked that attack. Wow, she's doing burn, poison, and bleed. That's crazy. It makes you wonder if they're going with this boss for the first act, or maybe there's only 1 act. Where would you go from here? This boss does everything. At least that they've shown so far in the game. They're definitely going to have to introduce some new mechanics to really step it up and show off something new. But so far, I love this. This is awesome. They're at 50 poison, 55 poison damage. And she's barely done any damage to me. She's now dead. She broke through our shield. She actually did 25 damage. We kept the poison and the burn. We took almost 40 damage at the end. Let's see if we can get the poison just a bit higher. Got it to 62. And there are no more phases. Nice. Yeah, that was a really fun boss fight. Ooh, 25 armor, 25 attack, 15 armor, 5. These must be the max levels. Or 420 souls. Nice. Our grid is looking clean. We get an artifact as well. Revive on death? That's pretty cool. 25% discount in shops. Allows you to skip a card 1x by fight. So we just get to skip a fight. Let's make the shop cheaper. No, that's impossible. I'll show you what true powers look like. You'll never beat me again. Or will I? Oh, that's the end of the demo. Nice. So these are all the trophies for each one we killed. And there's green skulls. Ooh, that must be for actually beating the demo. Oh, we get a lot of those for free. We got 2,000 shards. We blocked 400 damage. We did 1,200 damage. And we took 160 damage. Well, that was pretty awesome. We've got almost enough skulls to unlock the second character, so if you'd like to see more, let me know. But this game is pretty awesome. So I hope you enjoyed. Later.